We're going to jump right through it. My name is Adil Gazder. I've met most of you yesterday. And my presentation has nothing to do with my work. It's mostly to motivate you guys to continue build and doing the stuff that you were already doing. We saw some really cool presentations yesterday, and this is just to build on top of that to kind of help you with your journey onwards and hopefully give you the tools to continue to build for good. So, show of hands, how many of you have heard this code? How many of you, keep your hands up if you know this is not the full code. Okay, beautiful. This is what this code really says. This is a code that I've heard throughout my life. My parents have told me that Jack of all trades, master of none, and it's fundamentally something that I differ from. I believe that being a generalist in life kind of helps you in a lot of avenues because you're going to be doing a lot of things. As startup founders, as owners of ideas, as people who come with products, projects which you want to build and take ahead, you need to know a little bit about a lot of things, and that's where being a bit of a generalist really helps. You're going to have to work through all these problem areas. There's a lot of things that you need to do as a startup founder. Not to scare you, you already know this, but it really helps to know how to get stuff done. You're not expected to know all the answers. No one's asking that of you, but you're expected to know how to find all the answers. And that's where it really helps to know a little bit of everything. With that, when you get to your problems, the one thing you should be asking yourself, your teams, is why? Why are you doing this? Why are you here? Why your team? Why this problem? Why you? There are a lot of these questions that will fundamentally help guide you in the direction that you need to go. And answering these questions early on in your journey will help give you that direction to take it ahead when you go. This is a chart which Simon Sinek developed when he was talking about how products are built, how companies are founded, and he talks about starting with why, which is the inner circle. Understand why you're doing what you want to do, and then figure out the how, what, when, and where. But always start with why. Alright, so I have had the privilege of kind of being on a lot of product teams, working with a lot of startups over my time, and it's a really fun journey that teams and people go through, right? Because you want to start somewhere, which is where you guys, most of you are currently. You have an idea, you have a problem, you have an MVP somewhere, and there is a goal you want to reach. It could be anything. You want to get seed funded, you want to get acquired, you want to have licensing deal. It's pretty easy, right? Straight line. How hard could it be? Well, let's find out. So, we're of course going to plot this. I'm a data scientist. You will see a lot of graphs here. Please bear with me. There's time. Time doesn't stop for everyone, and we're going to measure progress on the y-axis, right? Quick show of hands. How many of you studied math or physics in high school? All right. How many of you know what a vector is? Would one of you want to tell me what a vector is? Safe space, no problem.
A vector is something that moves in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Data. It's like I don't know how to say, like an object that contains numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It can be like different dimensions.
Lovely. So what I'm hearing is it's something which moves with direction and a bit of magnitude. Direction and magnitude is what we're taught, and I'd like to tie that to what you're doing today. When you're building, you need direction and magnitude. You need hard work and vision. Without one, the other is just not going to work out. Because if you just keep working hard and you think that's going to help you get there, you're going to end up in the wrong direction. You're going to start 10 steps behind where you started. So it's very important to work with both of these in parallel and in synchronous to kind of get where you want to. With a bit of hard work, with a lot of customer discovery, talking to people, investors, advisors, you may eventually get towards your goal. And then you're going to realize that that goal was not what you were looking for. There is something completely different. And this is entirely normal. To change your goals or change your vision during the course of building your project. With iteration, with talking to people, this may happen, and that's perfectly fine. You will eventually reach that goal, but you need to understand that the growth you see is going to be non-linear. There are going to be ups, there are going to be downs. You're going to get 3 million in funding and that cup is going to fall out of your hands. It happens, it's okay, but embrace that chaos. That's what's really going to set you guys apart as founders, startup founders, idea owners, and so much more. Shit happens in life. We've been there, we've all been there. There are times where people hate your ideas, investors don't see the vision, there is just, you've had a bad day at work, the team is just not working out. It's fine, let it happen. It's no problem at all. It is part of the process, and it's what's going to build you up to successful business owners and ideas at the end of the day. What I am going to say, however, is you must deal with it. This is not something you can kick the can down the road. You cannot avoid conflict. You cannot do any of that. What I found that really helps is for you to deal with it in the moment, learn what you can from it, take that learning on and move on, because time isn't going to wait for you. No one's going to pause while you learn your lessons. Life's going to move on. Things are going to move. It's for you to deal, learn, and move on with it. Couple of rejections that I've seen people face. Quick show of hands. How many of you think any of these people failed? Being rejected by 242 investors? Holy shit. Doesn't sound good to me. Getting fired from companies like Apple and Facebook. Getting fired as a TV anchor. These sound tough. It may sound like failures, but if any of these people had failed, you won't get the Starbucks that you have today. You won't be able to even send a message on WhatsApp if this person had failed. My childhood was filled with Harry Potter books. I've reread the books and seen the movies multiple times. That wouldn't have been possible if J.K. Rowling called it quits after every publication rejection. Rejection is a part of life. It is perfectly fine. Deal with it, learn from it, and move on. I saw a couple of hands. I know a lot of you studied math, physics, high school. The math on the next slide is not going to make sense. I'm telling you now itself. Bear with me, right? Yes, also, the trick that these guys used is to dream big, start small, and fail fast. When I say fail fast, that means iterate, learn from your mistakes, take those learnings along your journey, and move on. So, faulty mathematics, agree with me. Logic tells us if we put 80% of input, we can expect 80% of output. If I invest 80% of my time, resources, energy, I can expect 80% of results. Here's where the magic happens. If you go all in, if you put 100% of effort, 100% of your time and energy into this one idea, one product or thing that you have, you can expect exponential results. Exponential. And that's because a lot of people are going to quit at that 80% mark. A lot of people are going to reach that 80% and then realize, nah, this is not for me. Maybe I should try something new. Maybe I should call it quits. Of course, do a critical analysis, understand your position in your journey, but also know that if you go 100% in, you're going to see the results that you want, so just stick with it. At times, you will also feel that maybe you're not the right person for this job. Maybe your team isn't right. Maybe the idea did not find product market fit. It's okay at times, because imposter syndrome is what the term is. It means that you're learning something, and you're learning something new. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You've taken that decision to try something new, and you're going to learn something from that either way. So it really helps to kind of go 100% in this. People also buy from people. This is a quick networking tip. A lot of people talk about building startups in stealth, kind of building out your entire MVP and approach before going public. I'd like to flip the script and tell you to build in public. Go out, go all out as you can. Go shout it out on LinkedIn. Tell people that, hey, this is my idea, this is my approach. What do you think about it? What do you think of this approach? Is there anything you think that can be improved? Get the feedback that you need and get it using the channels that you have. We're all on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. I have made TikToks just to validate my ideas. There is no shame in that. It really helps when more people get to see your idea, hear about your approach, and understand what you're doing. You can either get the help or get the feedback that you need. Both of those are really invaluable in this journey. Slide into LinkedIn DMs, pro tip. Done it on Instagram, do it on LinkedIn also, because we all need mentors in life. We need people who've been there, done that, gone through that journey. And it really helps when you can hear from these kind of people and get their advice. Just set up a coffee chat, speak to them for 15 minutes. Lastly, when you are doing this, I hate to break this to you, people don't give a shit. They do not want to hear from you. Their time is more valuable and expensive than yours. So it's your job to make them want to listen. And you do that by delivering value. Do not go there and simply gossip. Get straight to the point and get what you need out of them while also delivering value. Respect their time, their experience, and their insights. Get the insight that you need. While doing this, also don't forget to take care of yourself. You are the most important piece in this puzzle. So ensure that you make time for the people that matter. Send a random thank you note to someone who's been instrumental to you on your journey. Parent, family, friend, whatever. Ensure that they know how much you mean to them, how critical, how important they have been in your journey, and kind of make them understand the importance of that. Separate your work and personal life. It does not really help if those get intertwined. And celebrate the small wins. Signed a new client, called up 10 people, closed up on a new team member. No problem. Go out for dinner. Celebrate the small wins because these are the milestones that are really going to help you put one step ahead. And when times get tough, when, excuse my language, shit hits the fan, you're going to really reflect on these small milestones which are going to serve as motivation for you to continue and go big. There are also a couple of tools to help you do this. There's something called the Eisenhower Matrix, which teaches you what to delegate versus what to do to yourself. You are one-person armies, but that does not mean you guys should be doing everything by yourself. It's okay to delegate, it's okay to outsource. Just understand what's important to you and what do you feel someone else could do. I want to just flex here. This is an actual email I sent my boss in my last job because I was going paragliding in the Himalayas. They were fully aware I was doing this, but we had a really cool culture where if you're on time off, you're on time off. You don't look at emails, notifications, none of that stuff. And this was highly encouraged. So I do want to ask you, reflect on when was the last time you ticked off something from your bucket list. When was the last time you did something wild, spontaneous, energizing? You're going to learn from that experience also. Yes.
They went to Shooters last night.
Oh, lovely. All right. Well, welcome to the duty experience. All right. Cool. That's legit what I want to hear because when you take time for yourself, when you go to Shooters, when you're able to separate your work life from your personal life, you get recharged. It may not feel like that at 3 in the morning, but when you wake up, you're going to wake up with, I don't know, a completely different perspective, new friends that you've found, whatever it may be. These are small things that are really going to help you along the way. Couple of pro tips. These are small tips that I have found that really help me, and I hope they do help you also. The one right on top is my favorite. So I don't really like networking. I didn't know it was a thing until I came to the US as an international student. I found it really hard. The one hack I found is the words "tell me more." Find one thing in common with one person and just say, "Tell me more." Hey, you like the same baseball team? Tell me more. Hey, nice jacket. Tell me more. You can take any conversation in any direction. It is the easiest way to start a conversation, just with "tell me more." A lot of people you've seen in the previous slides about working smart, not hard. We are in the AI revolution. Do not feel that you need to do everything from scratch. Build a base, iterate, move on, but try and work smart. Working hard, apart from that, dream big, fail fast, build in public and all. Couple of other ones on personal productivity. It really helps to build a calendar. Carry a cute little notebook. I found that really helps. Great conversation starter also. And when you do take notes, take really creative notes. Do not write down lines. Draw, scribble, do whatever. Ensure that you can put yourself on that piece of paper because your brain is not meant to remember things. It's meant to process things, analyze and understand. If you have to remember things, write it down on your app or on a piece of paper. Ensure you know what success looks like for you. Each one of our definitions of success is completely different. Understand what matters to you, what do you want to track, and what do you want to keep in mind. And this one on the bottom right is my personal favorite. It's what's the worst that could happen? If you're ever conflicted, ever don't know what decision to make, take a piece of paper, draw a line in the middle, make a pros and cons list. I have done this for the dumbest of things, like what to eat for lunch yesterday, so it works, it helps. If you're ever conflicted, map it out. Pros, cons, what's the best thing that could happen, what's the worst thing that could happen, take the decision there. last piece of advice that I want to give to you, and it's something which is really easy in theory, but it's one of the most difficult things to do in practice, which is to just be good. Be good people. The ideas that we heard yesterday were solving for the betterment of humanity, and that's what I really loved about your presentations yesterday. I want to encourage you guys to continue doing this. Be good to yourselves, be good to others, and most importantly, be good in the face of challenge. That's when people tend to falter up, and from speaking to you guys, I know you all are building for the betterment of tomorrow. Continue doing exactly that. Some book recommendations if you guys need. These are really, the Almanac of Naval Ravikant is very unique because they combined all his tweets into one single book. And as someone who hates reading multiple lines of text, great book to read. Freakonomics is an awesome book because it looks at unconventional economics. Like, you don't need a math, stat, or eco background to read through it, but kind of gives you that alternate perspective on life. Atomic Habits teaches you about the importance of habit building and goal setting and so on and so forth. To conclude, I want to challenge you guys to challenge the status quo. Go out there, do something wild, do something different, do something outside your comfort zone, but be good, build for good, and continue building for the better of tomorrow.